after studying the map pretty good here in Cheney, Washington, the Google map that is, I have decided that it's best to get on the interstate, and by zooming in on the interstate and looking at it from different angles, it looks like I'm going to be all right. I'm going to get on Interstate 90 and try to make it down to Ellensburg. That's going to take a few days. I think I'm going to be all right with that, and I should have cell phone signal just fine, because the first place that they aim the cell phone towers is along the interstates. That's true anywhere in the country. So I'm leaving Cheney and heading down to Ellensburg, Washington. I got on the interstate, so I'm cycling the interstate now, Interstate 90, towards Ellensburg, Washington. I haven't gone very far because I spotted this lake, and a good spot to put my tent down. It won't be quiet necessarily, but it'll be shady and comfortable. So, and it's early yet, but I'm going to go ahead and grab this camp spot. I came off of the interstate. There's very few areas where the interstate isn't fenced. I'm trying to watch for snakes where I'm stepping as I'm talking. But beautiful lake out here. Residences on the other side of it. That area is fenced off. But back over here is where I think I'm going to put my tent down. This would be a good spot here, except it's in the sun for the rest of the day. Too much of a thicket in there. But over here, and again, I'm paying attention to my feet instead of the camera. In case there's a snake coiled up in the grass here somewhere, and don't get out of my way now. But right here, I think, in this grass with the snakes, the interstate's right over there. It's not too terribly noisy in this distance. They really can't see me because I'm in the shadows. So this is it for the day. This is my morning mess. I just had oatmeal with a fruit cup. I've got coffee made there. I still have to fold my tent up. So I'll be done with breakfast here in a few minutes, and I'm getting back on the interstate. I'm going to try to do about 40 miles today, simply because I'd like to be able to ride into Ritzville tomorrow morning for breakfast. So 40 miles would get me just about 2 miles short of Ritzville today. I hope everybody's having an amazing day, because I sure am. I'm out here on Interstate 90. I've got slight downhill all day long to Ritzville. That's as far as I'm going to go. I've got super smooth, brand new asphalt so far. Perfect weather. It's just an amazing ride. As it turns out, I'm too early to camp. Before I get into Ritzville. it's been such an easy ride. I'm only 12 miles from Ritzville. It's only 11:30 in the morning, so not much of a place to camp out here anyway on this plateau. The interstate has a fence at about 50 feet and just knee-high grass from the highway to the fence. So, but it's way too early to camp. I'll be riding on into Ritzville, get supplies, charge my phone. I carry a couple of battery packs. I think one of them is down to about 80%. And then I'll charge my phone too, get some coffee, so forth. Look at the map mostly and decide what I'm going to do from Ritzville. And then I'll just have to get out of there early enough to make camp somewhere on the other side. I believe there's too many trucks. I believe that Ritzville is where 90 makes a westerly turn toward Ellensburg. This is my washing machine. Bag of soapy water. As I move around, it sloshes and washes. I've got a pair of gloves in there washing right now. Well, that ain't sage. Whatever it is, it smells very... I crushed some up in my fingers. It smells very minty, almost eucalyptus-like. But I was looking at this. There is no shade out here on this 395. It's a divided 4-lane highway, headed south on it. No shade whatsoever, and no place to hide my tent, really. So I've looked on the satellite part of the Google map, and I don't see it getting any better down the road. So I stopped here looking to see I may end up putting my tent down this evening between some of this brush like this. It might be just tall enough to hide me a little bit, because the highway's fenced on both sides. I can't go very far off. But I don't know what that is. It's got a good smell to it, but it's not sage. Tastes like peppermint. It's kind of dark in here. I finally found a camp spot, a very noisy from traffic camp spot. But I kept going and going and going. So instead of getting 40 miles that I originally planned today, I ended up with 79 miles. I'm 10 miles from Connell, Washington. I think I'm about 72 miles maybe from the Oregon line. Not much here in Connell. I was hoping to I'm into breakfast. Somebody, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, put a Burger King on the Google map here. There's no Burger King. Subway's closed. So I bought roadside homemade burritos, and I'm sitting here with a squirrel statue. So this is my breakfast. I'm back on 395 from Connell. I can see the outline of mountains down to the southwest there. The camera couldn't pick it up, but I'm guessing that's the beginning of the Cascade Mountains. But I'm headed down to Pasco. They call that area down there Tri-Cities area. It's on the Columbia River. And Oregon sets just the other side of that river. So it's like 33 miles down to Pasco and maybe another 20 miles to cross the river a second time, because it makes a kind of a U-ey there. Cross the river a second time, I'll be in Oregon. If I, in fact, go that way, I may follow the river on the Washington side. I haven't decided yet. I haven't really checked the map on that yet. We'll check out this gift shop here on 395. I see ice cream cones. That's got my attention. About 10 miles north yet of the Tri-Cities area. I stopped here because I saw a sign back down the road that said Washington apples, and a couple of different varieties. Supposed to be real sweet. I can't take a whole bag of apples, but maybe I can buy one or two. Maybe I'll get some free samples. So I got the 2 scoops of blueberry on a cone. I'm going to end this video now at the Washington Tri-Cities of Kennewick, Pasco, and Richland at the Columbia River, just at the Oregon state line. So I'm going to take a little break here, and then the next video I'll go on into Oregon.